play through there?
You want to talk in your microphone, or are you going to yell across the room at me?
Did they play through there?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you. I can totally hear you. What are you playing?
I'm playing this little. It's my birthday present and my Christmas present for the next 3 years.
Are you a Christmas Jew? Do you get Christmas presents as a Jewish person?
I use it as guilt to try to get people to give me gifts sometimes, but yeah, I know we do. We celebrate Christmas.
I grew up a Christmas Jew too. Like my family, even though we were Jewish, my mom loved the Christmas tree, so there was a Christmas tree always in the house, and we gave presents on Christmas. Well, just a wonderful reason to give the gift of gifts, I guess.
They're pretty. Where's your new little toy? Didn't you get something recently that you've been?
Yeah, my guitar is right over there, but I'm not wearing any pants, and I'm not going to get up and go grab it.
I thought you were going to bring that up. You said
good move, Michael. I thought you were trying to sneak me out into thinking, oh, let me go grab it real quick.
Yeah. Do you really have no pants on?
I'm wearing. Look, I'm not wearing pants today. I got out of the shower. I shaved the dome because I'm going to an event tonight that you are throwing.
That's fantastic. I'm not throwing it, but it's fantastic.
Let's talk about it. Notoriety Gives tonight with the amazing Christine Shebeck, 7 p.m. over at Notoriety. Cocktails start at 6. There are tickets still available. No.
Your tickets are still available. It's selling pretty good. I don't know what's left, but yeah, it's tonight. I'm glad to hear you're coming. It's going to be fantastic. Christine Shebeck has some great friends, right? You know that
she does.
I think Clint Holmes is going to do a number with her. I think my friends Ashley and Sean Rybar's daughter Everly is going to sing a number. I think. I do have to interrupt for a second though. How come it's not posting on the social media? Like never mind. I'm stupid.
It shows that it's live on your page, my page, on our Lavender page, and it's live right now on our YouTube page. But listen, I love how we can do this with people listening to us. This is great.
Well, because I'm not ashamed to say I'm really not good at technology. I mean, when it comes to these, though, man.
So let's talk about this. This is a Fender custom shop telly that you've wanted for a really long time.
It is.
And you were given that as a gift for your birthday and Christmas. Do you care to mention who gifted that to you?
My father gave this to me. And I think it's apropos because he gave me my very first guitar too, after much begging and pleading. And I destroyed 3 turntables and a tennis racket and made a tennis racket play through a stereo. And he went, holy crap. And he went and bought me $100 harmony guitar at Gerheim's Music in Commercial Center, which is no longer there anymore. But like, this was the gift that he gave me.
What I love about this is it's August 13th today, and your birthday isn't until September 17th. So you couldn't wait the month to get it, or you had to kind of.
So to my credit, it was purchased from a store. I'll credit myself on this, from a store in Reno, and it was shipped. And I'm like, did you open the box, Dad? You got to at least look at the guitar, be sure it's okay. Well, I don't really know what to look at. I'm like, Dad, you got it. And so Jole's like, don't bring that guitar home. So I go, well, I got to bring a little amp so I can test the electronics. And I brought a little mini Fender, whatever it is. And then I was putting it away. And he goes, you're going to take it? And I'm like, yep. I didn't even question it. I put it in the car and brought it home, and I can't help it. Hi, Dora. Hi, sweetie. Nice to see you.
Dora.
So are you having a good day today? Moving on to a new subject.
So doing? Listen, tonight I was debating about whether or not I was coming to this event tonight because we have a 4 a.m. pickup tomorrow and a 6 a.m. flight to Detroit. We're playing in Ann Arbor, Michigan on Thursday. We're playing in Cincinnati on Friday, and then we are taking an early morning flight on Saturday morning and playing back here in Las Vegas on Saturday night. So it's a lot of moving pieces to try to get everything orchestrated. I'm not complaining because I'm very grateful to do what it is that I get the opportunity to do, but it's tiring, right? I'm getting older. I'm not getting any younger, right? Look at Ray.
Dude, listen, it's like the last time you did a run like this, you came back and your chin was gray like that. That wasn't there before. I mean, it's like the presidency. Look at how these presidents age over the 4-year terms. It's crazy.
You should see my back hair. It's solid white.
No, thank you. I'll pass on that.
You totally should. Yeah, I'll show it to you next time we're hanging out together.
Well, you have show us all the hair. I think our ratings will go up.
Freaking shirt on.
So, are you wearing underwear though? I have to circle back to that.
I am. I'm in my skivvies sitting here right here, and the camera won't go any lower.
But you don't feel comfortable getting up and at least just showing an image of just showing the guitar for a second? Patty
No,
Towers.
no,
That's
I couldn't do that. I don't think that's smart. You see my dog walking around in her little diaper in the back? Our dogs are in
the
today.
Zucker household is nuts. He's got no pants on. He won't stand up for the camera. He's got back hair. And then the dog walks around with Pampers on. I mean, dude,
Hi, Patty. Patty Powers is with us today. That's great.
can I move in with you? I think I would fit in quite well. I don't wear any pants usually.
Are you wearing pants right now?
I am because I'm ready to go to the event after this. So, So okay, well, you got a big schedule. If I were you, you and I are very different in this. I'm not going. If I had a 4 a.m. pickup, there's not a chance that I would go. And I support the cause all day long, but like the answer is no. So Michelle Rothstein,
Michelle Rothstein is here. Hi, Michelle.
we'll see her tonight. She's going. I heard from a little birdie told me she's going.
Well, let's be real. Like, you guilted me into coming because it's for charity.
Yeah, that's how I roll, dude.
I know. Listen, I know what our friendship is built upon. It's built upon guilt and aggression.
Is that true? I want to stop being so pokey. I'd like to get you and I have such a beautiful relationship, and then when the camera's on, we're pokey.
We're not poking. Why are we pokey?
You're pokey, man.
Do you feel like I'm attacking?
I want to talk about feelings.
We should. It's just what it's called. It's a Little Lavender. Let's talk about feelings.
Little Lavender. Yeah. Like I think I had like the worst week of my life. Not last week because we were at the beach, right? But the week prior to that, and like it brought up a lot of feelings and emotions. And we did have therapy this morning, which was heavy. The ability to go into Patty feels attacked.
Patty feels attacked.
That's the point of the show. You feel
Love
attacked.
you.
That's good.
Never attack you.
We totally deflect and project onto anybody and make them feel like shit. That's the goal of the program, is to make everybody feel like shit. Not true. We want everybody to feel good and leave with more than they came with. But I want to talk about, when we have undercurrents of challenges in life, the willingness to go into that dark room that we've put off to the side, and it only rears its head when we're in fear or we're having a challenge. But most of the time, day by day, it's not a big deal. And the willingness to then resurrect that pain or that dark room, that issue, and be willing to do the work. And you have to go in the room to actually figure it out. And my wife is a rock star, and her willingness and desire to want to go suss that stuff up, because this is really all childhood stuff for both of us that's now rearing its head 9 years into our relationship. And it's just been a challenge. So I guess what I want to do is encourage people to, you can be out of sight, out of mind, but at some point, weekly, daily, annually, whatever, do that inventory and look in what's driving us. Sparky, this is all designed for you. That whole monologue I just did that Kevin's being so patient with.
Listen, I know we spoke earlier about this, but I do have to give both you and your amazing wife a lot of credit, right? Like, you guys are so committed to trying to dig into the hard stuff. There's a lot of times relationships, gets hard for people and they split, right? And they say, this is too much work. It's too difficult. I'm not going to invest anymore. I've given way too much, whatever the rhetoric you want to use. And I love the fact that you and Joe have said, we're going to make this a priority and we are going to really, really dig into the hard shit. And I'm not going to get into any of your hard shit that you've told me about privately, but I really commend the fact that you both, obviously your wife being a mental health professional, is also, probably accustomed to the work that you guys are doing personally. But I think that's cool that she's participating as well as giving advice and helping other people. So congratulations to you both. I predict a very long future for the two of you,
if we choose to keep doing the work. Because man, I'm you know me, I'm whacked, man.
Yeah, you're a little nut. You're a little fucking nutty.
Yeah, and it's really learning somebody else's process. Is really important. I want to fix and repair everything right away. She's got a little slower process, and she likes to suss it all out before she goes in. But I'm really grateful that we found this new therapist we've been seeing for about 6 weeks now, and she's tremendously helpful on shining the light and helping us see. But it is uncomfortable shit. It does not feel good. And I know people that don't want to go to therapy because they don't want to ruffle the feathers. They don't want to drag stuff up. But the reward in drudging that up and looking at it, it's is incredible, because we grow and transcend. I don't want to lose this relationship and take it to the next one and the next one and the next one, which I have done for so many years. But every relationship, whether friendship, or romance or business or is an opportunity for us to grow, right, and become
It
better
is.
friends and better sons and better fathers and better, employees or employers, and that's kind of an exciting little gift. So I appreciate that. And oh, by the way, you and I have an appointment next week. I asked Dr. It's Shapiro actually, but it's spelled with a C. I asked Dr. Shapiro if it would be okay to bring my bromance partner in, and she said absolutely not. So I don't know where to go now with that.
I'm not ready for that kind of work.
Okay, well, whenever you're ready, I'm here for you. We're here for you. We'll do a
Uh,
little lavender. So we got a really cool guest today.
we have an incredible guest. We have amazingly talented guests today. You want to do the intro? Or you want me to do the intro?
You can do the intro. You're so good at it. It's
Oh, stop it.
oh man, you are. But we do have a little lavender in us today, don't we?
We certainly do. From a young age, Tierney Allen knew that she wanted to be on the big stage for a living, studying classical violin, dance, and opera. It molded her into the multifaceted performer that she is today. In 2009, Tierney was struck with the idea of becoming a Lady Gaga impersonator when celebrity client Kate Beckinsale suggested that she make a job from her uncanny resemblance to the pop star Lady Gaga. After 2 years of doing this impersonation, she relocated to Las Vegas, where she has also put together the coolest concept. Amy Winehouse meets Lady Gaga. She's got a project called Lady Winehouse. Enough of me smacking my lips. It's time for you to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I'm playing no, no, no. The man said, why you think you're here? I said, I got no idea. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, baby. We are the crowd, we're coming out. On my back's on true. Made that picture of you here too magical. We'd be so fantastical. And I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head, I paint a picture.
My life a wreck you're making.
You know I'm yours for just the taking.
Lady freaking Winehouse is with us today, ladies and gentlemen. The amazingly talented Tierney Allen. How are you?
Hi guys, I'm really well. How are you guys?
That's
We're a little
This is so
prickly
cool.
today, apparently. We're digging into some stuff, and we're oh, my camera's moving. It better not show beneath
I'm
the
not
desk.
wearing pants, apparently.
I can't. Anyway,
Tierney,
thank you for joining us.
incredible. I couldn't help but think of did you see the movie that came out earlier this year about Amy
The
Winehouse?
Amy Winehouse movie? Yeah, I went the
Yeah,
day it
talk about it.
opened in the US, obviously.
Did you audition for that role? You could have killed
No.
that role. Yeah.
No,
let's-
I think I don't know if they chose the right person. I know that she was very dedicated to it.
Yeah.
I would have loved for it to be as extravagant and amazing as defining as the Elvis movie was. But they definitely laid out her story very well, and that's all we can ask.
Can we get into? I like to talk about that because this is great because you are an impersonator, and there is this trend of rock and roll biopics like the Elton John, the Freddie Mercury. I have a lot of time on my hands on airplanes, and last week I watched the One Love biopic about Bob Marley.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking hated it because
Oh,
I couldn't get into the cat that was playing Bob Marley. And I'm not saying he's not talented. It just did,
Yeah.
I'm a musician and I look for
Yeah.
certain things. And did you feel the same way in the Amy pick? Did you feel like it was?
I did. And here's the thing is like there's different biopics could either go the artist sings the music for the movie or they use the original voice, right? So on this particular movie, they chose to use her real voice. And as a singer, and producer and stuff, it didn't sit right with me. It was so overproduced. It was so like pitch corrected and auto-tuned that I was like, what is the point of having her sing it? if she like say for the Elton John movie, Taron Egerton could sing. Like, and he
Killed
could
it.
sound just like, yeah, it was amazing. So, and I don't want to drag Marissa Abela, but there were some choices that I think that they could have made other choices, and the movie would have been a little bit better.
I haven't watched it, and I'm gonna watch it over the next weekend. I got some time on planes this week, so it'll probably be one that I'll choose. So I will return with my take as well.
I'm curious. I would like to hear what people think of it. I do think that they chose to end it in a really nice, hopeful way. There, with the ending of all of these artists who pass away, you can make it really dark and sad, and they didn't go that way this time. And I really appreciate that, because she had a dark ending. So.
Very tragic ending too, right? Like that was not an easy way to go, from what I've read in her story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not that there are easy ways to go, but my hopes are that it's quietly in my sleep at some point in time, and I just don't ever wake back up. Hey, Kevin went to bed and he never woke up. That's the best way for me.
It's going to be on a plane for you, buddy.
Thanks, my friend. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate
Sorry,
that, Michael. He knows. See, this is what he just said all this shit about not getting prickly, and then he goes right to my level of anxiety. He knows.
I saw it. Came down and told me about it. We love that movie, by the way, but of course we don't have the backstory, and I'm a fan, but not deeply. You've done the deep dive on her. We thought the ending was a pleasant way to do it, but I also wasn't judging her the same way. It's not cool, Michael. Wow,
my wife is protecting me right now. See her?
When Aaron chimes in, I've crossed.
She's listening in a different part of our house, and she knows.
Tierney, excuse me for a second, Kevin. I'm so sorry that I did that. It was wrong of me, and it was insensitive, and I would like to retract the previous airplane crashing to the ground in a burning fireball statement. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right.
Thank you. I changed the banner.
Oh, cool. All right, back to
appreciate
it. Yeah. Well, we met. Kevin was mixing. What's the lady's name that you were mixing?
Erica Jane.
Erica Jane. Yeah, I was her production manager. Let's not minimize my experience. Okay, thanks.
Sorry, your production manager, front of house mixer, heel polisher, whatever you did. But I got to meet you that night, and I found your energy. I didn't know anything about what you did, and I found you so lovely and connected, and I really enjoyed. I don't always enjoy meeting people when I'm out, but you were one of the special ones. So it's nice to have.
Thank you, Michael. And likewise as well. Both of you, I feel like I kind of hit it off with both of you in just a wonderful, friendly way. I love this town. You never know where your night's going to take you and who you're going to meet. And that was one of the instances that's like, cool guys,
I'm glad it worked out for you, because when I have that attitude, I end up in jail, handcuffs, behind bars. Like, you never know where it's going to happen. Well, I do. It's in trouble. So you've managed to figure out the town better than me. What is your favorite part about Las Vegas?
Well, here's what I say. So I'm a gondolier at the Venetian, and this is what I tell my guests on my boats. I say, I love Las Vegas. I'll never leave. There's always something good to eat. There's always something to do. But if you want to have a quiet life, you can do that too. And the city really has something for everyone, but you could also just have a quiet family life if you want to. It's that's what I love about it. And you never know where your night's going to take you. If you're open to the experience of your evening, like one night I was just sitting with Lady Gaga's dad at Nomad, and just chatting with Lady Gaga's family. And I learned to just say yes in those situations and see where the night takes you, and you create incredible memories.
Can I have that guitar behind you?
You can play it. Oh, geez, hi.
You can have it for $4,000. I think I've seen that somewhere before.
Wait a minute. She just said she's going to say yes.
I'm brokering it for her. Like if you can have it for the low price of $4,000, right? Are we close?
Right.
How long have you been in Las Vegas, Tierney?
I've been here for 13 years now.
And from?
I'll say I was raised in San Jose in the Bay Area, but I did like the LA thing, and then I lived in Salt Lake when I was a flight attendant. But ultimately, I always wanted to land in Las Vegas. So 13 years ago, I found the reason. I followed the boy to Vegas, and that's how I stay here. Mm-hmm.
Following the boy. That's how Kevin got to Las Vegas too. He followed.
That's how my wife got to Las Vegas.
Yeah, that's true.
She did.
What about Lady Gaga? Have you seen the show, the jazz, the one that she's got
Mhm.
at the park? What do you think
Yeah,
of
I've
that
seen
show?
the jazz show quite a few times, a couple different iterations, different sets she's done, different costumes. And then I've seen her actually she shows up late at night at Brian Newman's After Dark show. I've seen her there a couple times, and that's where I hung out with her parents. And then I've seen her pop show, and I've seen her Cheek to Cheek show with Tony Bennett, when he was live. So I feel very fortunate to have seen every single tour she's done in her career.
So you're a fan?
No.
Yeah.
I
I was.
I was obsessive. I was huge in the fandom. Then I became a mom, almost 8 years ago, and I kind of had to slowly pull off and focus my life. And then just even the past 2 years, I've learned to have a healthy relationship with Lady Gaga, and that because it can take over your life, and that happens to a lot of impersonators, is you kind of assume that role in your life, and that's wonderful because it helps you with your performance. But ever since I went through cancer in 2020, I've been just figuring out who I am and wanting to be Tierney and find out what that means.
Yeah. Do you want to share anything about that experience for you? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had
Many
in
times through.
2020, like the world shut down. And then we found out that I had stage 3 breast cancer. And because the world was shut down, I was able to just move through treatment, and all the stages, and just boom, boom, boom within a year. And it was rough. It was rough on my family, my marriage, everything. Came out of it healthy, not happy. There's definitely a mental toll long term that cancer takes on you and your family and stuff. But then eventually I came out of it stronger than ever. And it sounds so cliche, but I became this version of myself that's like, don't take shit from anyone. I look my best. I feel my best. And like a Tierney 2.0. And I wish I could like bottle that feeling and give that to people, because it really is a magical thing. But you don't want people to have to face their own mortality to get that. But that's what it took for me. And
A lot of
Michael,
people.
I know you're just meeting Tierney, relatively new, but I've got, over a small period of time, I've gotten to know her a little bit, and we've shared some pretty, personal stories. And I have to say, of my new friend Tierney, she's a warrior. She is. She's really a warrior. She's got an incredible story. She's a very, very strong woman. She's an incredibly talented person. And then I'm just very grateful. I'm a noob. I still consider myself a noob in Las Vegas. I've been here. It was 2 years, August 8th. So about a week ago, we hit our 2-year mark, and I'm still discovering, right? Like there's still so many corners of this city and experiences that are new to me, that might be older for people that have been here for 13 and you for 62 years that you've lived in Vegas. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I think what's cool about this community, and we talk about this a lot too, we all have these uniquely independent experiences from each other, independently of each other, but we also have this incredibly shared community. And I have yet I lived in LA, I lived in New York, I lived in Milwaukee, and now I live in Las Vegas, and I've never experienced the kind of community for creatives that is here. And I'm proud to be part of that.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like we can walk into any venue or gig, go support a friend that's singing or a band that's playing, and it's like it's everyone knows your name, you all know each other, but it's like everyone's so stinking supportive of each other. And I did not feel that in LA. It felt like it was all about who you knew, and like the only reason you talk to somebody is to let them know who you worked with. And it's, from my perspective, it's never been like that here in Vegas. In fact, it's how can I help you get further? Like what do I have to give you? And it's always giving, giving, giving. And again, another thing I love about this city.
It's pretty cool.
Going back to your experience with sort of surviving cancer,
Yeah.
it's interesting how human beings, like, we kind of need crisis to create change or to create a different perspective. And you had a lucky gift with that. And unfortunately, that is that way for a lot of people. I imagine your gratitude level is probably at a level that you've never had before, I would guess. And it must have been so scary
Absolutely.
to go through that. Yeah. And having a young daughter, what an amazing mentor for her, right? To see mom go through that.
Man, I try. It is so
Was
hard. I
she
mean,
aware? Was she aware of what you were going through? I mean, she was what,
She
6?
was, she was,
Or
she
just
was
4?
3.5, like
Yeah,
turning
pretty cool.
4, 3 turning 4 through it. And when you hear the diagnosis, your first thought, when you're a parent, it wasn't, oh my God, I could die. Like that's sure there's that, but it was like, oh my God, what if I leave my daughter? Or what is
Mhm.
she going to see of this? Like, how is she going to view this? And so, I'd see my oncologist every week, and I was like, I'm struggling. Well, how do I let my daughter see myself be like sick? And she told me, and I tell everyone, who's going through this as a parent, is there's like some kind of scientific studies with Disney movies that when you're going through a medical trauma like that, just sitting and watching Disney movies with your kids helps them get through it, and it creates some kind of bond because they're just happiness. And she said, you don't have to do anything. Don't play with her. Don't feel like you have to do homeschooling, whatever. Just lay in bed sick and put on Disney and cuddle with her. And that's what she'll remember. And it's true. She doesn't, when we talk about it, all she remembers is that I didn't have hair,
Yeah.
Well, that's about it. So
Kevin,
I think we made it through.
Kevin, did you take away? So next flight you're on, instead of watching the Amy Winehouse movie, maybe watch some Disney while you're on the plane to help you with your trauma, what you're going through.
Tierney, I'm an anxious flyer. I'm a million miler. I've traveled the world, quite a bit, and there's not one flight that I'm on that I'm just comfortable.
Really?
So, I appreciate your concern, Michael, and wanting me to give me some skills to think about tomorrow morning when I'm bouncing in the clouds. But,
Mhm.
I still probably will have to go into the bathroom a couple times and check and see if I'm spotting.
Tierney, working out of towners in our Las Vegas community see you perform your show.
So when you guys showed my show promo, Lady Winehouse, I'll be doing it again coming up at Arizona Charlie's on August 24th. It's a free show, the Coverall Lounge. It's just a really good time. Like four walling is so hard and trying to sell tickets and everything, but for us, it's a paid gig, and you guys just show up, grab some cheap drinks, and let's have a good time with my full production of Lady Winehouse.
How many people in the cast for that?
I have a 5-piece band, myself, and then a male singer who steps in and does the Tony Bennett parts and the Bradley Cooper part.
Oh, cool.
And that'll be Josh Smith. He's a singer for me with Legends in Concert.
Very nice. And Arizona Charlie's is doing a lot of entertainment. I noticed that there's a lot of acts that play there. Haven't been there since I was a kid. But maybe that's a reason to go check it out. So
it's really fun.
If you had to
August
choose
24th, 8:30.
If you had to
we're competing.
Wait a minute. I'm not in town. We're in Connecticut.
You know all that friendliness you were talking about? Everyone's so sweet and supportive. Not that night, woman. Come to Reckless in Vegas.
I know you have Reckless in Vegas. I know. I was like asking,
I'm kidding.
oh, you want to come to my show? But I need to catch Reckless in Vegas. I'm like, I can't skip out on my show, so it's gotta be next time.
I'm going to be selfless. Anybody who was planning on going to Reckless in Vegas on August 24th who has not already bought tickets, move that to Arizona Charlie's and check out this amazing talent show right
Look
here.
at that. Michael is being
that's so sweet.
nice.
It's really hard for me.
Yes. I have these banners that aren't used frequently. So, okay. Two quick questions. What is your favorite Gaga song to perform, and what is your favorite Amy Winehouse song to perform?
Easy. Gaga, my favorite is Million Reasons. And it's because I get to sit at the piano, I vamp, I talk to the audience, and then I end up just like going nuts at the end. I love that song. And it's become really personal to me with my personal life going through divorce and everything, which we won't touch on, but it's a powerful song. And then as far as Amy.
Wow. On Amy, I kind of wanted to hear that, but that's okay.
You want me to bring her back in?
No, that was executed very well. I find I get connected to our guests, and like I feel a little bit. I'm getting sensitive to the hang up thing, but we know that it's an endearing thing. That's what the Sookster and the Shapster. If we hang up on you, it's because we love you and you are in the endearment circle. Right?
If you are supporting our bromocracy of Suker and Shapiro, then you get hung up on that. That's how you and I hang. I hung up on you today, and you you text me back. No, you text me. It was full of shit. It wasn't executed well. But you got me yesterday. I answered your question as I turned around, and I turned back to look at my FaceTime, and you were gone. Like a professional, man.
That
Like
was a good one.
a freaking sniper. You sniped me.
Was I wrong in pointing that? I was a little critical about the way you did it today. Was I wrong in pointing that out, though? I went, what? I got a question out before you hung up on me.
You didn't go. I didn't hear your answer.
Oh, you're lying. Be honest.
I'm being really honest. I asked
what?
I asked the question and I hit end.
Okay, so from your point of view, that was an amazing, endearing hang up on me today, and I want you to know I love you for that.
Thank you so much.
I hope Tierney feels the same way.
You're so kind.
Go see her perform. If I wasn't working on the 24th, I would definitely go see it. I'll find out what the next date is, and I'm going to check it out. I love both those artists. I love Lady Winehouse.
I would go too. I really would. But we're literally in what's it called, in Connecticut that night.
Yeah. Well, there'll be an opportunity. I'll go check it out first because I like to be first, and I will give you the lowdown on it. So, all right. Well, it's been a pretty great time with you. I appreciate you always taking the time to do these with me. Kevin, you know what, man? You're an asshole, but I love you for it. I want you to know that. Actually, you're not. That's a weird thing. I'm confused right now, aren't I?
Yeah.
I think I should get on some meds or something, man.
This is good. I could use a little bit more perceptive assholeness. I think my perception is, people would say, "Oh, I saw you, and you got this like menacing sort of bald thing with the beard." And you said it to me the night that day that I met you at that little photo shoot that we were going to take. You know what I mean? You thought I was a different kind of cat, apparently. And then
no, but like there's like when you're like when I call you, sometimes you're like, "Hey, man," you're like up and positive and smiley. That when you're walking around a venue or a room or whatever you're at, it's if you're not smiling, I mean, you're kind of an intense looking guy. I mean, that's just what it is, right? And then smiling is a really nice quality. Let's see a big smile from you right now. Yeah, see the happiness. Look at, I mean, I would walk up to you right like that, and I go back to your regular face, like, yeah, not interested. I'm not, and I that applies to people across the board, female, male, whatever. Like, smile. It's contagious. And I'm guilty of it too. I'm not saying I got this thing down. All these concepts.
Patty Powers, I adore you. She says I look endearing to her. Michael, I don't give a shit what you say I look like. Okay.
You pay. I'm
always so critical of me.
Sponsored by Generosity. Yes. All right.
Today is brought to us by my favorite gum in the world, Razzles. If you like Razzles
and Generosity, this is a real company that we know the people at, and I don't know if he knows who makes. Put
a comment in the comment section, and we'll send you a free Razzles. Hey, do we want to send anybody that diabetes tea? Are we giving any of those bottles out?
Actually, this one here is not. It doesn't have 40 grams of sugar in it. It's a sweet tea, but the other one is actually lower. It has 39 grams of sugar. So
Wilford Brimley would have been on dialysis if he'd have been drinking that shit.
I worked with Wilford Brimley, right?
Really?
Yeah, I met him at the Toronto Blue Jay.
Did you do that adult movie called Beneath the Mustache with him? Was that you?
It's a good one, Kevin. So you smile at your own stuff. No, I met him at a baseball film festival, and then asked him to be in the movie I was involved in, and he said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, kid, just give me a flight and a hotel." And he plays a coach in our movie Picture in the Pinup, which can still be seen on Apple TV. Incredible. What a genuinely kind guy. I talked to him about recovery back then, and he's like, just you got to quit. If you pick up, you're just not ready. I mean, he was hardcore about it, So I'm so surprised you haven't hung up on me yet.
He seems like he's just a very intense guy.
Sweet, but rancher. He's a rancher, not even an actor, right? Done a lot of movies, Cocoon and The Natural, the baseball film. That's why he was there, but. So you got a question for me? You can hang up on me. We're right at 35 minutes. I watched the clock with you now.
No.
Oh.
I have 0 questions for you.
Are we gonna